Hey nerds, Plugged In is back and better than ever with a brand new episode. I'm your host Anai, along with Tyler and Max. Today we're going to be talking about Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever, GTA 6 leaks, and so much more. Let's roll the intro. So first we're just going to get started with Black Panther Wakanda Forever. As we know, it's been very scandalous with certain stories coming up. But I wanted to get your thoughts on it since it's going to be coming out in November.
I'm excited, but my work is going to be crazy. So I'm not fun for that. But other than that, I think the movie's going to be amazing. So.
Honestly, I took a look at the trailer cinematography, and I really was impressed with it. Whoever cut that deserves a raise. Like, oh my God, dude! Like, I swear to God, when I was watching that, just seeing like the different scenes and like how it like gave you a picture of like what was gonna be in the movie, but it sort of didn't like make a cohesive story. So the audience is still like speculating, like, okay, who are these fish people coming from here? Why is this happening? Why is my head going in circles? Like, you just never know what's gonna happen.
I completely agree. I think the way that they shot that trailer was easily one of the best trailers for Marvel that I've seen in a very long time. And if Angela Bassett does not get an Oscar for her role as Black Panther's mother, I will riot, because that part in the trailer where she just like, have I not given up everything?
Yeah.
That, I cannot imagine if she does not go home with an Oscar when the Oscars do roll around. But I definitely do think that it will be great to see like what the new sequel will be bringing up as far as like characters. Speaking of which, who do you think is going to be the next Black Panther? If you have any guesses.
Shuri, 100%. If they go with the comic line that I think they're going to bring in Shuri as the Black Panther. So.
Honestly, I can't really see anyone else being Black Panther other than Shuri. I mean, who else would take up the role, first of all? And second of all, how would they like exactly explain that? Like, are they just going to bring back Killmonger again? Because that's kind of just...
I've heard that just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen so many people like, well, is Killmonger coming back? I'm like, that's not making sense at all.
Dead.
It would, even if they did bring him back, I feel like it would be kind of a disgrace to his character arc, which they already previously established in the first movie.
Yeah. I think personally, it's either going to be Shuri, or I think it might also be Okoye, because we also know that she is the captain of the Dora Milaje. So it is possible that if Shuri decides to step down and not take it, then I think either like Okoye would probably be the other best fit to have, because she's the only one, as far as we've seen from the past movie, that has a active strategy and fighting ability to become Black Panther. So I think it only makes sense.
But that suit looks so good, though.
Yeah, it just
only the
does.
arm we saw, though, it looks, the gold and the black just meshed together so well. It's giving me like Killmonger suit vibes, but way better.
Exactly.
So.
Also, there's a possibility that Black Panther is not going to be released in France, apparently.
That's dumb.
It doesn't make sense from what I'm hearing. There's no real even explanation for it either. So I'm hoping that this is just a fluke and they'll hopefully release it at the time that they want to release it. But I truly hope that doesn't happen, though, because a lot of people, especially across the world, have been waiting for this movie to come out. So I'm really truly hoping that it doesn't like really interfere with how people are going to want to see this movie going forward.
Yeah.
It'll be a bummer if it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because everyone should experience Marvel movies. I don't care. Everyone should.
I mean, France is in the EU, so technically, if you are a French citizen, you can just drive to one of the other countries and go watch it in the theater.
Good point.
That is a good point, yeah.
I think it's just going to be sad also because this is the movie that is remembering Chadwick Boseman. So I feel like it's just even that. It's just going to be so sad if people don't get the chance to go and watch it.
Yeah.
But final thoughts on Black Panther or what we want to see?
Tenoch Huerta as Namor is going to be really good. He looks so good from the trailer. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm definitely like very excited to see where this is going to take not only like Black Panther as a franchise, but as like Marvel like as a whole.
All I know is it's going to be better than She-Hulk. So
Okay, moving on. Okay, so I've been watching this show fairly recently, and it's a show called Heartbreak High that just had released, I want to say it was over a week ago. And it is a show that is a reboot of a show that was initially in America but was redone in Australia. And one of my friends actually is in it, Chloe Hayden. She plays the autistic character on the show. And I mainly brought this up because a lot of people are buzzing about the autistic representation, POC representation, et cetera, throughout this show. And hopefully they're trying to bring the reboot, the American reboot, back onto Netflix at like making an American version of this reboot. So based on my description, what do you think like about the show itself based on the description?
I think it's, I've seen some of the descriptions for the show. I think it's a really interesting concept. I definitely think, especially how there's always been a new reboot, it provides a new chance to make a different version of the story that relates to a more modern day audience, especially with the changing demographics of teenagers from decade to decade, from era to era. So I really feel like it'll be a good chance to see like what are they able to come up with this time.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think especially from what I've seen of the show thus far, I love the fact that they're able to make the teenagers so realistic into what today's culture is about. Because most shows, when you're thinking about like when you're thinking about teenagers, they just sort of think like stereotypical things of what teenagers are.
You think of like the Disney Channel, like almost like, you think of like the
Pristine
yeah,
type
exactly.
of,
You either think of the pristine types, or you think of like the, you know, stereotypical like high school bully, like give me your lunch money type of people. And it's like those are really outdated stereotypes, and I think it's time we like really, you know, kind of put a more modern spin on those characters.
Yeah, I definitely agree. So let's just move on and get into Stranger Things season 4. Now, a lot of people have been talking about this since the season had just ended not too long ago. And a lot of people are buzz about potential season 5 or what we think are possibly going to happen. So any thoughts on like characters, relationships?
I just hope Max doesn't die. That's all. I don't want that to happen.
I'm not going anywhere, buddy.
Yeah.
I will say I don't tear up or cry at most stuff, but I teared up when Eddie died.
Really?
I teared up when Eddie died, yes. Because his and Dustin's relationship was so amazing in this season because they just, to me, they felt the same person but different bodies. One older, one younger. It was the perfect fit. So
Yeah, I think definitely for I hope that we get more shine on like Max and Lucas's relationship because that literally did just form not too long ago. So I'm really hoping that if season 5 comes out, I hope that they do shine more light on that, especially with like the cultural thing of them being together at the time is definitely something that wasn't very popular. So definitely that will be something very interesting. So do we have any predictions or hopes for season 5, which is sadly going to be the last season?
Honestly, I'm just hoping they finish it off with a bang. I mean, Stranger Things is just such a phenomenal series, and to see how it just only continues to get better from season to season, and it's only become more interesting over time. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do to finish off this massive saga that they've laid out. And I'm honestly wondering if there's gonna be any other shows like it that Netflix is gonna be able to come up with.
I don't think Netflix is really ever going to come up with a show like that anymore.
Yeah.
It's just as similar to like a Game of Thrones situation. You can only really put out a show like that once.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's hope they don't do Game of Thrones and put out a bad season.
well, season 4 was I think I saw it somewhere. It was their quote unquote Game of Thrones season with how long the episodes were. And then that season 2 being like, I think 3 hours combined, maybe a little more. I know the last one was about 2 hours. The last episode was about 2 hours long. But I hope they kind of cap everything off next season. And I want them to kind of, like Max said, go out with a bang and kind of be able to ravel everything up. So incorporate more D&D stuff into it, which was cool.
Yeah, I feel like definitely, like you guys said, this show has gone on for so long that if they decide to just screw everything and put out a bad season, not only will it taint the show itself, but it also just sort of taints the legacy that the show has had. Because it's one of the only shows that Netflix has put out consistently that's good. So I'm hoping that they don't like skimp out on certain storylines and actually like wrap all of the characters up, or even possibly just leave it on a cliffhanger like most shows do. And I actually would probably be a lot better for the series if I'm gonna be honest.
Like that's the reason why I have Netflix. That and Cobra Kai are the only two reasons why I have Netflix, because nothing else is going there besides those two shows.
Yeah, I just hope that at least it'll be good for the majority of fans, because I know a lot of people are going to be sad when this show sadly is not on anymore. But we can definitely get more into movies though, because Bullet Train is has been out for a minute now, and a lot of buzz is about it, especially with like the actors, certain things that have gone on behind the scenes, the movie itself. So do we have any thoughts on characters or actors?
The movie was amazing. It was my second anticipated movie of the year, next to Nope, which was amazing. Everyone played off each other great. Brian Tyree Henry and Aaron Taylor Johnson as Lemon and Tangerine. Their chemistry together, it was insane how good they played twin brothers. Overall, it was a fun time. I enjoyed my time in the theater with it.
Next.
I honestly think that I thought it was an interesting idea for a movie, to be honest. I mean, there's been like a lot of different action movies over the years with actors with really good chemistry. I feel like it's just one of those movies that you just have to watch once in a while, where it's like, I don't know, it feels like a treat that you need to like be like, oh, I haven't watched that in a while, let me watch it. So it's like a sort of like a comfort feel-good movie. Not like, I mean, there's like action and violence and stuff, but like a feel-good movie as in you just kind of need it every once in a while.
Yeah, I agree. I think I liked most of the characters in Bullet Train. I've heard some things about Brad Pitt in the time that the movie had come out. Some things that we probably cannot say on camera, but it's definitely something that does change, that can change how you feel about the actor thus far. But do you think that there's a potential for a sequel?
100%. 100%. They could replicate the formula again, but which is actually kind of a cop out now that I think of it. But they could replicate it somehow, but like bring back the son and the father and Ladybug, which is Brad Pitt's character. They could bring him back somehow, say there's a new threat and everything, and do it somewhere else. But
yeah, I think there's definitely something when it comes to remaking something like that you have to be very careful that you're not gonna make it just a cop out to be like, oh, there's a new threat, and then just sort of have it just go on for 2 hours and hope that people are gonna pay attention. So it's definitely something that you have to be very careful of. I don't think it should come out until like years from now.
It won't.
If they choose to do it, I don't think it should come out until like a couple of years from now.
Yeah, that'll be the best part. So.
Yeah, I definitely think it'll be a lot easier as far as trying to make a sequel goes. But we can move on and get into GTA 6 leaks. So, as you know, GTA 6 is coming out soon, but it did just get leaked not too long ago.
Yeah.
So, thoughts on that? Because the FBI just investigated on the leaks so far.
Honestly, I'm going to be very transparent here. I really don't. As cool as it is to see the content really early on, I feel like it's only going to delay the game even further in terms of like overall production and like getting it out and finished. So I get what the hacker is. He's probably, I don't know if he's motivated by money. I don't know if they're motivated, just a GTA fan that wants to see the game out already, because it's been so many years since GTA 5 has been released. But still, I feel like this is only being a further detriment to the finalization of the game versus actually, you know, doing stuff for the community. And I feel like they're having more of a monetary benefit now because they're demanding nearly hundreds and thousands of dollars in order to prevent further leaking of any other content.
The stuff I saw, granted it is in like kind of early, not really early stage, but still in development. It looked very bad from what I saw. And I saw a clip of someone driving a car. It looked exactly just like Los Santos. So I don't know if it was like a decoy like a decoy thing that Rockstar just put in, but I know they said that it was like the actual game footage, but it looked really bad so far.
Yeah.
I still have hope.
Yeah, apparently the hackers supposedly sold the source code for it for $100,000. Not sure what exactly he was gonna get out of that though, because I don't know. It just, I mean, the game isn't even out yet. I don't even know what you were gonna do with that, but I do think that like you said, Max, I think that it's just going to delay the game even further for people who actually want to play the game in its entirety.
Well, they said, I think in that like thing they put out on Twitter, that press release, I think they said it didn't delay anything because they have like I think it's almost their whole staff working on the game. So it didn't really ponder anything, but that could be a lie or that could be true. I don't really know.
Yeah.
So
you can never know with these kind of PR
that
things.
Is true.
Because companies say that they have something covered, but then they are just trying to like they'll lie about it or they'll like downplay the situation. They'll do something to make it seem like that they're in a stable sort of environment, but you never really know.
Like in a slight similar story, Diablo 4 also got hacked, apparently so. I just find it funny how a lot of these games are now currently getting hacked as they come out.
It's not even, is it the same company?
I think so.
I think so.
I thought Diablo was Blizzard, but that's really weird how it got like leaked and hacked like within the same week. I don't know.
I really hope I don't get roasted in the comments for that.
Don't worry, I think you'll be fine because I mean I didn't play any Diablo games. The only thing I knew was GTA at the time, so trust me, you'll be fine. But if you don't really have any other thoughts on GTA 6, we can quickly go over some of the upcoming movies that'll be coming out in the next couple of weeks to months. So Avatar 2009 is getting a re-release and coming out September 23rd.
This weekend, yeah.
Yep. Then we have Don't Worry Darling, that is also coming out September 23rd. Then we have Bros, which I'm actually really excited about. That's coming out next week. Yep. Then we have Amsterdam coming out October 7th.
That's a stacked cast.
Yep.
Really stacked.
Very good, though. One of my favorite horror movies ever, Halloween, is coming out with, I think, their final movie.
Yes.
Halloween Ends on October 14th. Black Adam is coming out October 21st with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
I'll have to watch it to make my opinion up.
I've seen the trailer. It's pretty decent from what they've seen in the trailer.
I'm excited because I love The Rock as not only just like an actor, but like
like as a person.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's a amazing public figure, but like in terms of like his acting and seeing the different kind of roles he takes on, it's always interesting to see what he does with that character.
Yeah, I definitely am very excited to see what they do with Black Adam. Also, Weird the Al Yankovic story is coming out on November 4th.
Daniel Radcliffe. It looks so good.
It looks so good. Like from what I've seen, it definitely seems very interesting. Did not think they were ever gonna come out with the Al Yankovic story, but I'm very excited to see what they go. I can't wait to see what they do with this. And then obviously, as we know, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is coming out November 11th. And I think like we said, if when award season does come up, I'm not surprised that this will probably sweep the Oscars most likely, because if it's not this, then probably some other one. But
a bunch of visual effects.
Most likely,
I'm
hoping. And if we do get that win for Best Picture, I will be satisfied. But only time will tell.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited to see a lot of these upcoming movies. I think they'll definitely be very big in the next couple of weeks, that we'll probably have some more stuff to talk about. Well, that's all the time that we have for this episode. I'm Sinai, along with Max and Tyler. Tune in next week for another riveting episode in pop culture. Have a great night, Millersville.